Okay. So my first question, so talking about this parade, we had those, two incidences that happened at other parades. Um, what safety precautions or just safety regulations are y'all putting in place just to make sure this is a happy and, fun place to celebrate the holidays? These two events had to do with traffic and different things, so I didn't know if there were any specific things that y'all are putting into place to help with that.
Yeah, so this event is a Red Bank beloved tradition. And so safety is number one, with fun and Santa being number two. And so with that, we will be closing down Dayton Boulevard at 1 p.m. between Morrison Springs and Leawood. And then from there, we'll keep cutting back and closing down the road for the parade for the lineup to happen. We have police checkpoints that allow people to enter into the parade for lineup, where we have our city staff and our festival advisory board there who's going to help direct where the parade lineup happens. We will also have, when the parade starts, our police are always the very first vehicle in the parade with their lights on, going at a very slow pace, making sure that everybody is evacuated out of Dayton Boulevard. We will also have our volunteer and our festival advisory board walking on the side of the parade, one to help make sure that we keep pace, but also to help remind people to stay out of the road. And then we'll also have police at the very end of our parade, right behind Santa, kind of as Santa's security detail, if you will.
And one of the other incidences in Bradley County was, a float. A child fell off. Do you have any like regulations on like what floats can be used? What kind of, you know, I'm trying to find the best way to say it. It's like the weight or, you know, this float was making a small, sharp turn. Do y'all have like specific regulations on what kind of floats and what kind of things can be in this parade to help with safety?
Yeah, our main thing that we do is we don't want to, regulate any of the decorations or anything away. Our big thing is height, so that people aren't hitting power lines or other things of that nature. And during our parade route, there is one small turn from Dayton Boulevard onto Yaneka, and right there we also have our emergency services and our police at that one turn. And then once people finish out the parade, people shouldn't be on floats anymore. Or while they're driving the float over to Dayton Boulevard to get in, hopefully they're not having anybody on those floats either. And then we also have another rule for all of our floats that they're supposed to hand out candy instead of throwing candy, as throwing candy can entice people into the streets.
And do you have any like safety tips for those who want to come and enjoy the parade of just how the best way they can keep safe being, the parade floats in a street and all that stuff?
Yeah, I think that use come on out, have some fun. Keep an eye on your kids. There's going to be a lot of people there. There's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of Christmas magic. But with all of that, just reminding your kids not to run out into the streets, even though they're closed. And during the parade, making sure that your kids don't run in if people do throw candy. And we're going to have volunteers and our festival advisory board walking on the side, also handing out candy canes, trying to help with that. And just keep an eye out, look before you're crossing roads, and have a wonderful, wonderful time.
And what else do you want people to know about this? You mentioned that kind of at the beginning about what would you like people to know about this parade this weekend?
Yeah, so we're gonna have a lot of different fun things happening. It's from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. with the parade actually starting at 6 p.m. Santa Claus will be at Kids Corner Park across from Food City taking pictures with kids, and then we'll also have to line up at 5 o'clock for the parade. We have over 40 vendors. We have around 9 food trucks. And it's going to be a wonderful, magical time. We want to thank our elf level sponsors, EPB and Red Bank Wine and Spirits, for helping make this possible.
Is there anything else that I didn't specifically ask you that you want to touch on the parade or just safety on the parade that I didn't specifically ask you in a question?
Um, we will have both the Red Bank Police Department and the Red Bank Fire Department both at the festival grounds, and also throughout the parade. We'll be closing down streets, putting up barricades, and things of that nature. And so we will also be putting out what roads are closed so that people know to avoid those and use side streets. And I'd like to remind everybody that with Dayton Boulevard being closed, if you are traveling through on those side streets, those are residential. So please go the speed limit and be aware that people are going to be walking through those neighborhoods before and after this event.
That's amazing. We'll have one last question. I also want to ask, I know the event hasn't happened yet,
Mhm.
but if you have any, videos or pictures from past parades,
Yeah.
would you be able to send those to me?
Yeah, I would love to.
Mm,
I have your email now, and I can
yes.
also share with you our flyer for this year, if that's helpful.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I just
Awesome.
wanted to see if there's any pictures or videos, but I really that's it. That's all the questions I have. I really appreciate you taking the time last minute to let me talk to you about this stuff.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for reaching out, and maybe you guys can come out and enjoy the
Yeah,
parade and festival as well.
yeah, that sounds really fun. You really sold it. Sold it.
All right,
Miss you.
wonderful. Well, thanks, Caitlin.